Counter. Mickey, what up?
Yo, yo, what up? You hear me?
Perfectly, perfectly, man. How are you? Good morning.
Oh man, I'm good. I can't complain. How you doing?
Good, man. Happy to have you back, man. See you back working with Dev and seeing Nate also part of the team. And I know you guys are all, from that Mayweather cloth. And people just feel like Devin training out that shoulder roll is what he's more comfortable with and what he looks better. And obviously, you guys are the next best thing next to him learning it from Mayweather. But just to be clear, you're still working with Devin?
Yeah, yup. I ain't with him right now because we don't have a date yet. So he just pretty much keeping the engine going right now. Yeah, once we I'm kind of back and forth. I'm flying here, to get with him for a certain period, train him, and then I'm kind of out back and forth with the family, and I got something big coming up too myself. But
Back in the
yeah,
ring?
yeah, I'm gonna get a few more in. I got a something huge coming up. I was just making sure that it didn't collide with his date, so he not gonna really be fighting too soon. So I got a chance to actually I started camp yesterday, so I got a chance to squeeze it in well before he fights. So, but yeah, I'll probably still be working with him.
When can you announce, man? If you started camp, I mean, it must be signed.
Yeah, it's nice too, man. I'm sure you're gonna want to be there too, for sure. Like you're gonna want to be there. Shit, I'm gonna definitely let you know. I can't really say right. I should be able to say hopefully by next week.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah,
great.
I already know 1,000,000% you gonna want to be there though.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Um, so we seen Nate doing some work with Devin. Were you able to see the clip that Bill posted, or should I show it to you?
Yeah, I seen some stuff. Yeah, all over the internet. I saw it. Yeah.
What were your thoughts on this? Obviously, this is going viral because people are assuming that he's training in this specific manner for Devin Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch, and for that Ryan Garcia left hook. As you can see, Nate is overusing the left hook, trying to get Devin to be comfortable catching it.
Yeah. So what's the question basically?
I mean, just your thoughts on the work and how he's actually taking that left hook.
Oh, yeah, man. It ain't a secret that he slipped a little bit the last fight with letting it get through. Usually I know it wouldn't have happened. If the right pieces was into play. Um, but he young as a fighter still, and he live and learn. But yeah, that's something that even Devin himself, as a perfectionist and a great student, like excellent student, man. That's the easiest person for me to work with. It's Devin. It's crazy because I didn't work with dudes that ain't even make one fraction of of what he made, and that, they not as good as students as Devin. Devin is a great student, so he don't want no chinks in his armor, and that's what just make it fun and easy for him to work with. But yeah, we don't definitely don't want to see him I don't want to say underperforming. Anybody can have an off night, but Dev is a perfectionist, and we know what he can do. Like I definitely know what he can do. He ain't even really show his best yet. Not even close. So um, his next fight, I already know he's gonna be on point.
Now,
Salute, coach. Salute, Mickey.
What's
Do
up? How
you
you doing?
think so? You guys are working on blocking the left hook. So do you think in that Ryan fight, or what percentage would you give the Osterine as opposed to maybe a bad game plan?
I mean, the Oscarine is big. I think that people kind of over. I think they letting him off the hook a little too easy. Like people gonna pick and choose in the game, so we ain't getting wrapped up emotionally in it because anybody that got a mouth got an opinion. They could say whatever. So either way it go. But the mistake that need to be corrected is, yeah, it's separate. Even though it added, more power and more, even the weight. People keep overlooking the 3.5 pounds. That's enhancement. Imagine if you told Benavidez he could fight Canelo at 171.5.
Mm.
Think about that. Imagine if you say, all right, Boots, you could fight Tiafimo at 150.5. So I think people are overlooking that too. Like if you stop during the weight cut and you just say, nah, I'm keeping it right where it's at. I'm gonna fight him right here where I feel strong. I ain't making the weight. Cause it's a big payday. They know that you really not gonna cancel the fight. You didn't did a training camp and all that. This remind me of something back in the day when remember when Castillo fought Corrales the second time?
Right.
Remember, he came overweight and it was an easier knockout, right?
Yup,
The first
absolutely.
fight they went to war and Corrales came back and won. Now the second one, he came like 3-4 pounds over, and it was a huge advantage.
Yeah.
And I remember that like it was yesterday because I remember talking to Jay Prince on the phone. I went to him, I went with him to the fight, and he had called me and told me that Castillo was overweight. And it was like 3-4 pounds. But I'm like, damn. A lot of times people use that as a strategy for advantage too, coming overweight. That's a huge advantage that I don't think people understand. That each pound in boxing mean a lot. But
Mm.
other than that, yeah, we still, it was an off night. I could say that for sure, 100%. Like we definitely not gonna see Devin have even an off night like that as well. So I could definitely say that 1,000,000%. I've seen Devin box 1,000,000 times, and that was the most off I ever seen him in his life, in sparring or in the fight.
Coach, my co-host is being nice because you hear he's usually a Devin hater, and he likes to say that the Austrian had nothing to do with it, and that's specifically why Team Haney is working on blocking the left hook. So I
He
need you
just
to,
said he had an off night. He just said he had an off night.
again, you say the Austrian had nothing to do with it, and the proof is
Yeah,
they working
I
on the
believe
left hook.
I've
Oh
seen
yeah, no,
fighters
it
get
has
their
something
ass
to do.
whooped with PEDs before. I
Probably a
think
mix of both.
yeah, off night.
Yeah, but see, what set it off was I think the first punch he threw, he landed, kind of rocked him. So my thing is like the fact that he had it in the system, it can't be overlooked because he failed. Like it's the reason why he on the suspension right now. So like, yeah, I didn't want to see him get hit with the hook either, like anybody. But if you got more firepower, at the end of the day, they suspended him. What? How long? For a year?
Yeah.
A year, yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that's and
and
that's
those were
because he didn't even want to fight it. He admitted guilt.
yeah. So at the end of the day, uh, yeah, it was a lot of things that just went wrong that night. The weight, people forgetting about him coming over almost a whole half a weight class over.
So
Um,
do you think he should have even took the extra bag for the 3 pounds? You think that? Because me
um,
personally, I thought Devin should have said, you know what? I've worked this way of fighting on legacy. I'm continue to be the Nike athlete that I'm supposed to be, and I'll fight Arnold Barboza, Ryan Garcia. You go over there, you crash out with the weed and all that stuff, and I'm gonna be professional over here. Do you think Devin shouldn't have took the extra bag?
man, you know what? Now it's hard to say because I ain't even gonna lie to you. I gotta admit that Ryan did a good job trolling.
Mm.
See, I wasn't in that camp. I would have, just as me personally, I would have said you gotta lose some of that weight. You gotta at least lose a pound or
At
two.
least try to lose it.
Yeah, like you ain't finna just chill and say, "Oh no, I feel good right now at where I'm at." But like I say, Ryan trolled and everybody thought that he wasn't in shape. The whole world was even saying he shouldn't be fighting. I seen people saying that
Yep.
his mental health was to the, you get what I'm saying? So damn, like he had me fooled for a minute to where I'm like, the only thing I was worried about, I said, damn, if he come out fighting as crazy as he acting, he could throw you off guard with that too. Like, cause the way he was acting, you would think he wasn't prepared for the fight. So he did a good job trolling, but I'm just glad that Dev got the loss of race and it's back to the drawing board.
So, Coach, obviously we showed you the footage of Nate and Dev. I just want to ask, you said you wasn't in that camp, but this is nothing new. And again, my co-host trying to be modest because you're here, but he loves to rub that in the Haney fans' face that the left hook we supposed to had known going into the fight. Like, how was he getting caught with that many left hooks? Like, now we seeing him do training footage blocking the left hook, but like, shouldn't he been had doing that? He has 6 fights with Ryan. We know that's Ryan's favorite punch. Most people say that's his only punch. Tank specifically said that's his only punch.
Yeah, pretty much is his money shot. So this what I think. This is my opinion. Well, I ain't even gonna say opinion. I think my and I think that the pieces wasn't there in camp that needed to be there.
Mm.
Like his dad always gonna be an asset because he knows Devin as his son. But I'm talking about when you add new people, sometimes they don't really know you like that, and they don't know the science of doing things the way that he was taught. So when you look at like a me or Nate, we come from a cloth to where we pretty much gonna emphasize on certain things a lot to where it's a habit. Like, and like I say, Dev had an off night. Sometimes you could know something, but it just don't click that night. Like, it was one of them kind of nights too, to where sometimes when you off, it's hard to undo it. Like when you in there, you just gonna have that bad night. But Devin to me still won a lot of rounds, and he showed a lot of heart and a lot of dog. But
Hell yeah.
a
So
lot
much heart.
because yeah, because I thought he still won. A lot more than half of the rounds he won. It was just the knockdowns that kind of offset the scorecards. But I know that Devin couldn't have another night like that. Like it's impossible. Like that was
Now,
just a bad night, along
I'm
with all
not
the other advantages.
I don't want you to I'm not trying to cause friction, be messy, or have you lose your job. But again, my co-host being modest, trying to hide behind this nice calm
Oh no, it's
face.
cool. Hey, ain't nothing personal. It's business. Hey, say what you want to say.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
so so he likes
it's
to
just
say
business. I know it
it's
ain't
Bill's
personal.
fault. He likes to say it's Bill's fault. Bill sent them in there to kill Ryan. Bill told them in the corner, go for the knockout. You've watched the fight. Do you think they should have just kept boxing and did a George Kambosos? Do you feel Devin truly went for the knockout,
Oh,
or was that just Bill telling him to go for the knockout? Did those instructions have anything to do with the actual fight?
well, naturally, like I told you, Dev is a great student and a great listener. So whatever he hearing, he gonna follow it. Like whatever advice that he hearing,
Mm.
he gonna follow that advice. So to me, yeah, he should have boxed him. I wouldn't, even though it's over with, and like I say, I was fooled. I was fooled as well to think, but boxing is boxing. See, I'm more concerned on what Devin does versus what Ryan is and what he not. So I wouldn't have been looking at, oh, Ryan is he off in the head, let's go get him. I'ma still stick to what Devin needs to do, But like I say, I seen everybody talking about pulling the plug on the fight. I'm sure y'all might even been thinking about it like, damn, Ryan shouldn't be fight. Everybody was saying Ryan shouldn't even be able to fight.
Yeah, no, I thought he was messing. The way he was
Mentally
promoting
ill.
it was ruining the fight for me. I felt like he was sabotaging it. He was saying too many crazy things. Uh, so that was my major issue. Now, another thing that my co-host and everyone else likes to say is Devin needs a tune-up. Devin needs a tune-up. Obviously, Matchroom Eddie Hearn is saying that. That's why Devin is beefing with him. Everybody wants Devin to take a tune-up, but when Earl says I don't do tune-ups, he gets praised. He gets put on his platform. Uh, do you believe Devin needs a tune-up? And what do you think of the fact of him going in? Because, I mean, even Bill posted at 6:58 this morning, big news coming. No one announces a tune-up as big news.
No, I don't think he. I mean, it's to me, it's optional. Yeah, he can get one, but need it. Nah, Devin got the experience. He got his rest, which he needed, because Dev really ain't had a break since he was a kid. Like he went straight through. I can't remember him even having, like a little break. You gotta think Dev was busy fighting like 3 times a year, and since he been a champion, and before that he was grinding and fighting, and he probably had a little time off. This was his first little break in a while, his longest break he had probably in his whole boxing career. And since he was 8, 9 years old, he didn't take off. So I think he needed it. He got a chance to reset. And yeah, could either way, I don't think it's going. Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at it, but at the same time, he did get his rest, and Deb is in the gym. He doing enough to where he keeping himself sharp, and he working. He not sitting around drinking alcohol and all that type of stuff. So um, I'm comfortable either way, to be honest with you. Like it's, I mean, I can't go against people saying, oh, he should get a tune up. Like it ain't really. I mean, it's like a double edged sword. Like it's kind of like either way, but he'd be ready no matter who we fight.
I'm sure
Do
you.
you
Go ahead, Tom.
do you believe that because during the buildup, um, the team Haney's were saying Ryan Garcia was a C+ fighter. Did you fall into the guys of thinking Ryan was a C+ fighter? And another question, was it horrible for Devin Haney to follow a puncher like Ryan around the ring?
I think they know he wasn't C+. That was just a mind game. Like Ryan
Okay.
is a talent out of this world. Like Ryan is somebody that he possesses a talent that you can't even teach. That kind of explosion speed and the size. Ryan is a hell of a talent, like super talented. He like a kind of like a Russell Westbrook. If you like
Mm,
talent as far as boxing, he got that little thing that you can't teach. He could just let it loose, and this is going. He could fucking just throw 5 punches in one land. Anybody in boxing could have, he just one of the type of fighters. So no, they knew that. It was just a mind game thing. But as far as the next question, would you say should he have followed him around?
right.
No, I think that was his dad being competitive, man. Him trying to get it back, him just being competitive that fight. One thing I could say is Dev even know himself that he made errors that night, that he made mistakes. I'm sure if he could do it all over again, yeah, I'm sure he'd have just boxed him, but he was in the heat of the moment, and he didn't want to lose. So it's like, man, I got to get this back. Um,
Mm,
which I do respect that too. But yeah, if it was done over 10 times, I'm sure it's 10 times out of 10 it'd be a different game plan and strategy that night. But I'm just glad that he got his justice, and the loss got erased. That was, he back to being undefeated, and um that's what I'm happy about.
Champ, obviously, with you having firsthand dealings with Floyd, and I'm sure you seen that Floyd took a picture with Ryan and said he said he told Ryan to gain the 3 pounds. Um, how'd you feel about that, man? What's your thoughts? Because we got some people that feel like Devin should be going back to Floyd to work on things because Floyd said he has a bow and arrow jab, and obviously he likes the shoulder roll, so he could teach him how to do that properly.
Well, Floyd not a trainer, number one. He a great fighter. I don't think training is totally different. Like that's like saying Michael Jordan gonna be Phil Jackson just because he was Michael Jordan. Like I don't think that. Yeah, you can get pointers, but number one, why would they trust him? And it's just me, and we all grew up under Floyd and learned from his family. His father, he too old, and he got, his health problems, but it's a difference being a trainer and a fighter. So when you say go back to him to do what? Like, he not finna sit in the gym, number one, and cater to somebody else, even probably for a week straight. But I mean, it don't make sense when they felt the trust was broken just by what he was saying. Him and his pops went at it on that live. It ain't really no going back from that. Like, that was personal.
That's what I
And
was trying to say.
yeah, you can't trust somebody that even possibly, like, and it's somebody that I've known Floyd since I was a teenager. Somebody that I grew up under, and his pops taught me the game. His father is the master of it. Honestly, when you talk about teaching and all of that, like, Floyd can get pointers, but being a trainer and a teacher and putting yourself second. I mean, when you just say that one thing alone, putting yourself second, do that sound like Floyd? Like somebody that's going to go to camp on another fighter's time and this, that? Like, even if they didn't beef, that wouldn't work. He not going to show up to the gym when somebody else want to be there and all of that. Like, even if they was on good terms, Floyd not finna take the time to train somebody for 2 months. Like, that just ain't happening.
Well, Tone, you got anything else?
Yeah, man. I see you out there working with a young Phoenix, Arizona stepper, David King Garcia. Explain to me what y'all working on and how is that man looking, man? We love him out here in Phoenix, Arizona. He a young stepper.
Oh, that's where you from? You from Phoenix?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to get him put. I don't know if you already get with him, but I'm gonna have to get you with him then. Um,
yeah.
yeah, man, I like Lil King, man. He's special. When I first worked with him, he might have been 12,
Oh
11 or
wow.
12. Yeah, so I worked with him a little bit. And we kind of just stayed in touch. But man, it's a pleasure working with him. Number one, because me and his pops, shit. Matter of fact, shit, me and his pops was just on the phone before I got with y'all. Yeah, me and him talk every day. He let me do my thing too, man. He sit back and let me go to work and let me implement. He basically, it's hard for a lot of fathers to turn their son over when it comes to training. I don't know why, because I
That is
understand
a fact.
it's hard to train with most fathers, to be honest, because it almost like you would think that they think that you trying to adopt their son or something or take him from them. But like, what I like about King is his pops. We get along great. We talk every day, and it's all about King, and he knows that I only take on things if I know 100% I can help and I'm gonna be interested in it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I couldn't train 90-some% of these fighters today because they divas. They
Mm.
divas, and I can't do it. Like, it's gonna be a headache even being around them. But King is humble. He plays video games and he trained. He just turned 16. Great student. He got everything in the book. I could see him, not to put too much on him because he's young, but I could see him doing with like a all right, since you from Arizona, I could say after Benavidez, it'd be him.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah,
But he gonna
yeah.
adopt it a little more because he grew up there and he kind of represent Phoenix a little more than I think Benavidez. I don't really think people really know he from there. He kind of got a worldwide fan base to where, but King's objective is to represent Phoenix. Like, that's the part of the plan. He got some huge news coming soon too. But we got his fourth fight coming up next month, and
Back to Mexico?
my goal is to make him. What you say? Yeah,
Back.
yup. And then we gonna turn him over in America. We gonna legalize him to be able to fight in America. But my goal with him, honestly, is to make him a teenage world champion.
Oh, that'll be lit for the city, man.
But
That'll be
you
lit for
but
the city.
youth champion, or you talking about full
No,
champion?
full world champion as a teenager. Man, listen, hey,
Wilfredo
he gonna be a
Benitez, bro.
franchise.
At what division?
I don't know. See, I got him fighting his natural weight right now. I
Which
don't believe
is
in him. Right now, he between 115 and 118. He walk around like at 120, 122. So he young, and I don't want him killing himself making weight because he's still growing. But he like 5'10", that he growing like crazy, but he's super thin. So I don't know what weight he'd be, but right now I don't have him losing no weight. I got him losing like a pound or two. Like I got a funny story. Hey, he only got to fast like 3 hours before the weigh-in, and he be tripping.
Mm.
I laugh at that. I'm like, you got the easiest weight cut I ever seen because he could eat in the morning, right? And he miserable. He got that you know how fighters be in that bad mood when they making weight. Hey, well, hell, I laugh because I'm like, you only got to go 2 3 hours without eating. You can eat in the morning time,
Damn.
and he get that, you know, that mood swing. But it's funny. But yeah, but King, man, he could do it all. He's special, and he got the dedication. Me and his pops worked together well. His pops turned him over to me to do my thing. But I love having his father around. One thing I don't do is like to try to even cut fathers out. Like even when I'm working with Devin, I like Bill being around because you know that's Devin's dad, and he got a comfort level. It's a comfort level there with his pops. You know, a lot of people. It is hard though. With most fathers, it's definitely hard. I turned away a couple big jobs just because of that. Like, you know, because it's a little too much emotions involved. You know, like this your son, so you're gonna have more emotions than normal. And that's why King's dad, like, man, let me get somebody that's you know, got a lot of knowledge of the sport and that's, you know, can even keep up with his son. Like as a trainer, I'm young. You know, most great trainers are older and everything like that. But I have the old school wisdom just from the teachers that I had. So but King is smart, man, and they make good decisions. So honestly, I think Phoenix gonna have another franchise like y'all got the Cardinals and all of that. He gonna be like a separate little franchise for the city.
Can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
Hey, Mickey,
Yup.
this Troy, bro. I ain't seen you in a minute. I just heard you on here, so I was like, let me go holler at Mickey. How Cortez doing?
What's up, Troy? Oh, he chilling. He chilling, man. We doing good. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm in the Bay, man. Aaron about to start fighting again. I just wanted you real quick to explain, like, when you're training somebody from scratch,
Right.
how being a fighter makes a difference with body mechanics and delivering shots and how things are taught from a fundamental basis.
Well, honestly, I think it need to be more former fighters of any level. I don't care if you was 1 in 50. That you could probably be a better trainer
Agreed.
than the guy that was undefeated. Because, all right, I put it to you like this: you got to be a freak and have went under some major apprenticeship, like apprenticeship, to be a great trainer and never have fought. I think you would have to be up under a legend for many, 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 many years. But to me, it's better if you tasted it, if you've been in there. Like you ain't gonna let nobody fly you in the airplane. You know, if you was in the plane and they like we finna take off, but this is first time flying, he never everybody run off the plane, right?
Okay, correct.
So to me, being a fighter like yourself, you just know you get that feel, and when you selfless, to me, you got to be selfless to be a good trainer. Like because you can like I can almost morph into a fighter that I'm working with. I can feel what they feel, and like you say with the body mechanics and all of that. I think it's important that it's better. Me personally, I want a guy that has some experience in the ring because you know what it's like, and it's like going to war. You going to war with somebody. You want somebody behind you that knows how to how to do the it's about balance, defense, and it's about the rocky times. Like, okay, if you get hurt, how do you know what it's like if you never tasted it? Or the head butts. You gotta it's a lot of things,
Mm.
and you know that Troy, you gonna taste head butts,
No,
elbows.
because I just want I'm talking today now that you're on here and we came up
Yeah,
in the same state and you just 30
yeah,
minutes from Akron.
yep,
Um, I just want you to explain that because you got more experience than me. So you and Prentice, even though I'm older than y'all still like
right,
my big bros because I wasn't boxing when y'all was boxing. Even
right,
like, even fighting in the Ohio State Fair and seeing Southpaw and Terrell and all of
Hey,
them. You know, I
that
didn't meet
state fair
Prentice and them
wasn't
till
no
they
joke.
came out
Hey,
here.
that alone to carry you through your whole career if you fighting in that state fair.
Oh yeah, I fought in Ohio
Hey,
State Fair. I lost in the championship, but no, but I was just, wanted you to explain to them like just how it take time to work with a fighter from scratch, teaching them
oh
how
man.
to all the correct fundamentals so they have it off rip.
Oh yeah, man. It's a lot of work. Training is a lot of work, man. It's honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. It's the hardest job in boxing, even over being a fighter.
You think so?
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
it's
you
harder
know
than
so?
fighting.
I would say you know so.
Yeah, I think it's harder than fighting. Fighting is hard as far as it being grueling, but it's mentally draining too because
No, it
you
is. It
take
is. Because you
you
can't get
taking
in
that
their
fighter's
body.
energy, and you taking that fighter's energy in with you,
Yeah.
and their life is in your hands, and you know that, Troy. Like you'd rather take punishment than somebody else's son taking it. Is different.
Oh no, facts, fact. That's why I
So
be
it's like,
saying
damn,
that.
you
Like
gotta.
people don't understand. I be preaching head movement so much
Yep.
because you can't be a great fighter without head movement, bro. It's so important.
Defense, yeah, man, and you don't want to be responsible for somebody kid or their son being punch drunk or getting damaged. So, but we blessed where we from, man. I think not being biased, but man, Ohio and Michigan just got some hella teachers, and the boxing scene is, a lot of people got basketball, fashion, and music, but when it comes to this fighting, man, we come up where I don't know what's in the water, but hey, we got it.
Man, that's
We
what I'm saying. Mike Johnson was my best coach in Columbus, and I
yeah.
know you
Yeah,
know who
y'all
Mike
doing y'all
Johnson is.
doing way too much lovey-dovey shit. Mickey, I don't
All
know
right.
if you know, but Troy be out here saying that Devin got his pack buzz because Bill never
Oh, he
boxed.
did. He did, bro. And that's why when you ask who would be the best trainer for him, if it ain't Mickey, I said me.
No, you
Because
said Floyd. You
I
said
come up
Floyd.
under these
You
guys,
said
bro. I'm
Floyd earlier and got mad and
Yeah,
left.
I said
But
Floyd. I didn't
but
get
but
mad.
Mickey,
I
I
just
want I
left
want
because
your
I
thoughts.
showed you a video of Floyd doing the mitts for him and
I
showing him little
I
nuances.
I let Mickey answer because I want his thoughts on whether or not you think uh you have to have fought in the ring as a professional boxer in order to
He
be
just
a
explained that.
good trainer. Well, I need him to re-explain it because you
um
running around here acting like Bill ain't a good trainer and Devin Laws because Bill never boxed. So stand on your 10.
all right, this is my thing.
He
The
already know I
opinion is
feel that
not.
Nah,
way because
let
I'm
that
from
man
Ohio.
answer. Let that man answer. Don't be mad you on the spot, Mr. Pack Busser.
I'm never mad.
Hey, this is the thing, right? When you like, all right, I look at it like this. That's his son, so he don't train nobody else. Like, so that's the difference. He more just like the manager, the business person, and like and kind of a brain behind what his son doing. This Dev is real comfortable with his pops behind him. His pops raised him. Um, but can you become a great trainer without fighting? It's a couple that done it, and it's rare. But I do think this the only sport. I'm gonna tell you like this, Ness. It can happen, but in this new age, I think it was more it was more it was more like how can I say it? It was more in the 90s and early 2000s before YouTube. It was a little more valid because you had to prove yourself if you didn't. Now dudes think they could watch YouTube, copy shit, and make tutorials, and that's the thing where I could see Troy, where you might be looking and seeing everything getting repeated and copied. It's like a copy
Oh
and
no, most
paste method
definitely.
now in boxing, to where people seeing what Floyd or Roger or Emmanuel Stewart, and they just go make a tutorial and they sound intelligent. Them kind of guys that never fought is dangerous to the sport because all they doing is copy and paste. They going on YouTube. They a little bit articulate, more articulate than like a boxing trainer, because most boxing trainers fought. Some of them might talk with a slur, and that might make you sleep on them. But to me, I think I don't like the YouTube trainers. I'm gonna just say that. Like, it's a couple that that are good. I know a couple that ain't fight that's decent. And but to me, it was more back in the day. It was a little more. You could give them a little more stripes back in the day because it wasn't nothing to copy off YouTube. So it's like you had to be in the gym to learn it from a top trainer.
Facts.
Now you get what I'm saying. Now dudes think they could just go type in something on the internet and watch Floyd and Roger all day. Try to pick up the mid routine and pretty much they con the fighters, but it's the fighters' fault for picking that and for not knowing and not really looking and asking for the pedigree. Like, did you ever fight? Who taught you? I want to know. I'm gonna ask questions. I want to know who you came up under, how long, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's kind of a double-edged sword question, but I don't like the YouTube trainers, so it's bad for the sport. Unless you're just doing it for fitness and money, but the fighters should know better. So if they can get over, hey, why not? Go get your money. But the YouTube training is getting out of hand, though. That's just the only sport that it happened in. Hey, basketball and football, you can't just walk up. You got to have some
You
pedigree in
cannot
the
do it.
NFL and NBA.
You sound like
You
Troy
can't do it.
now. Look at Troy. I can't see Troy, but his teeth. He's so happy he hearing the same shit he said.
No, it's just common sense, but he gonna really say this, man. This man, bro, you don't understand. I heard when when I was in boxing, all I heard about was the Bay brothers. Excuse me, bro. I don't want to be just getting out of hand with your story, but I heard somebody just got out of jail. They was going to getting it. That was like a story. These niggas was so good. The niggas came and got them from out
Yeah,
of
yeah,
trouble
yeah,
because they needed to box because they were heads. They were in
yeah,
the
yeah,
gym I was in on the east side of Akron called with my dude Aaron Fantasy at one time.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I just used to
Yep.
hear about that and I used to be like, damn, for real. And then when I end up coming to Vegas when Aaron is seeing them, I'm like, oh shit, they really is him. So I just want
Oh
them
no,
to say
absolutely.
it now so people could quit coming crazy at me. It's just regular boxing.
Yeah, see, it's just boxing talk. It ain't personal. Like you can't really take much stuff personal in boxing because we dealing with a bunch of boxing is a sport where everybody from the streets. It's a this most people came up in dysfunctional situations. You know, it's a good. It's a fraternity. Like I don't take nothing personal. Like unless a
Hey,
dude
listen,
take.
Terrell is quiet, but he
Yeah,
not quiet.
right, right. Yeah, Terrell's a dog. He from Cleveland. You know, he from. You know, see, well, you got to deliver where we from. Like you can't talk a lot. Like we test you, so you already know that, Troy. You got to deliver. So that's why most dudes could fight naturally from Ohio because
They
you
don't
got to know how to
even
fight over
know
any.
what's cuz the left hand cuz Juan McPherson. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. Hey,
Juan
our whole
McPherson,
team.
bro.
Hey, we had dudes, man, that could walk up out off the streets and look like. I know we jumping on another topic, but yeah, but hey, but that's crazy. Hey, that story you remember crazy about the prison thing. Yeah, man, I was happy
Hey,
that.
bro, my man Mike Miller told me that. He said, no, bro, they went and got them out of jail because they was so good at boxing. They couldn't even be sitting down. That
Yeah,
is what
yeah.
I
Hey,
come
and
up
I fought the
under. And
next day and
I'm
won.
44, bro.
Yeah,
And I still come up under that hearing about Prentice Brewer, then being in the ring with him, working with Willie Nelson, one of the hardest punchers, like seeing fighting on the same card in Cleveland with Yandale Evans. He was like Tank.
yep. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, free on Dale. I think he locked up right now.
Yeah, but no, that was it. But I just wanted you to explain to them because they think I'll be capping. It's just like it's not personal with us. Like niggas like Kenny Porter get cussed out in gyms for thinking you know too much. Respectfully, it's just
Mm.
what it is.
Yeah,
You
boxing one
gotta
of them
be
sports to where.
respectful in them gyms, bro.
Yeah, boxing one of them sports to where, man, it ain't never gonna be. Ain't no sport. Period. I don't know how they call it the gentleman sport. I'm like, man, what they mean by that? Like, I
Facts.
don't know where I get it, like, but it's kind of like a gentleman sport. This shit a savage sport, but we do got a good fraternity, man. Like, you know, like how we all on here and you get to meet people from all around the world that you friends with for life. Like guys from So that is a beautiful thing about boxing. You meet people from different countries and different cities, and it's like a small fraternity of people that respect each other, but it's cutthroat as hell though. So too at the same time. So that's the weird thing about it. It's it's a crazy sport, man. It's the most beautiful sport in the world to me, but it's crazy.
It is crazy, bro. That's the thing, man. I be trying to tell. I used to be literally coming to the Floyd gym trying to work with these niggas, like begging, just
Hey,
trying to
that's
get some light.
that's what it's about. Cause we didn't have social media coming up. Like now you could catch fire quicker. Like, it's dudes that's getting the buzz. It's fighters getting rich now well before they getting titles. Like the budget, the
Word.
money is different, which is
Word.
a beautiful thing. And I like that the fighters getting paid.
But it's a beautiful thing that the fight is getting paid, but it's making the belts worthless.
You know what, Ness? I gotta agree. It's making fighters duck each other too much too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they like, damn, if I can get this money to fight a halfway nobody, I'd rather get three of those that could amount to what I'm gonna get for fighting competition. But it's the softest era of fighters in history. I'm gonna
Mm.
keep it real on that. Like it's good fighters, but this is the softest era I ever seen.
Word.
Hey Ness, I got a question for you. Why Mickey on here real quick? What do you think about how Ray Leonard and them used to do it, where they do multi-fight contracts, where like, whether I win or lose, I still have these 3 fights.
Yeah, I just think that maybe the contracts was written up differently because remember nowadays they give you a 3-fight deal, but they could cut your ass. So
See, that's the part where
it's
like
on the
back in the day they
verbiage,
used to
man.
have that and finish them.
Yeah, it's on the verbiage. It's got to be up to the promoter. Like, look, Eddie made it clear he's gonna give Jalil Hackett a comeback. He not cutting him. Jalil lost. He had a multi-fight deal. He won his first fight versus Dobson, lost his second fight. Maybe he had a 3, maybe he had a 5-fight deal. Eddie ain't cutting him, so he continues in the fashion that you're saying. But I mean, Top Rank is known to cut you, and rightfully so. Like if I invested in you, I'm giving you this signing bonus. You getting this guarantee, and then you lose to a dude you a 7-8 to 1 favorite over. I mean, I might as well wash my hands of the investment right now before I keep investing in you and your purse gets higher and then you lose on an even biggest level.
Yeah, even top rank could give you a couple chances though.
Sometimes
Like, cause
they got some dudes they
yeah, I
just get
seen
rid
it give
of.
a yeah, they get rid of you if you lose to like a cold bum. But if you fighting at least at a 10 round level or 8, then I think they'd keep you and see what you're gonna do, 1 or 2 times. But yeah, but a lot of these fighters now, man, they lack hunger. Like they lack that dog and that hunger. Like but it's still good fighters, so I ain't just knocking it. But yeah, boxing just different now, man. And then dude coming in making it good, Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he making it good because he making the big fights happen. So I don't see really how I could be a complaint about what he doing because he making. If it wasn't for him, boxing probably would have been dry in the last couple years.
Mm-hmm. Nah, he certainly has been a fresh breath of air, and he just announced with the WBC they're gonna be doing a 10-0 prospect tournament. It's gonna be like 32 fighters, 4 divisions. You got to have 10 fights or under, and you got to be 24 or 26 and under to get involved. So he's even gonna be giving prospects money now. That's gonna make prospects want to mix it up early too. But Mickey, man, I gotta go. I gotta get some of these callers on. I do appreciate you, man. Thank you
Okay,
for coming on.
okay.
Please give out your social media.
Mickey Bay Eternal.
All right, champ. Thank you once again. There you guys
Yup,
have it.
yup.
Coach Mickey Bay live on the show.